Since Nyla came into my life, just that instant, it was a whole feeling of blessings, just all blessings. I couldn't illustrate the amount of love and affection, but it's just one of those bonds that as much as I'm teaching her, she's teaching me on a daily basis. My name's Ricky Jackson. My cultural ties connect me to the Atnamatna people from the Flinders Ranges, the Nunjari people from the lower Murray River, and Nyla, my little one, her cultural ties connected to the Marian people from the Torres Strait Islands. What I want Nyla to have in life, I want her to fully be connected with her culture and her heritage. I don't want her to feel like she has any barriers or any weight holding her down. I want her to be able to just, if she strongly believes in something and if she believes she's capable, I want her to really commit to it and be proud.
And for the indignity and degradation thus inflicted on a proud people and a proud culture, we say sorry.
So the national apology was a pretty significant event for this country. It was very moving. The problem was you had this big public event and you could see the emotion that it created for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, but where do you go from there? What we kept saying is we can't just let that be it. We, as a society, for too long, have denied the history of this country. And we can't keep saying we didn't get taught that in school, because it's time we took the lead and did something about it.
Our grandchildren, our parents, our grandparents, they are still living and affected by those past policies. Reconciliation is really about resolving issues stemming from the past.
You know, it was a little bit frustrating to know you wanted to do more, but to not know how or where to start. We didn't have links with elders or the community, so it was really hard to kind of know what to do. And that's when we started to say, well, maybe there's things out there that could help us make a start. And that's what we found in the original Reconciliation Action Plan.
When I was looking for a kindy for my daughter to be enrolled in, it was scary for the fact that you're leaving little ones with a stranger. But then I just thought, I would just try Gowrie, because that's where I used to go. And then as soon as we arrived, everything was just right.
So Gowrie SA has been around for 80 years. We provide long daycare programs, preschool programs and adult learning, but it's bigger than that. It's helping children to settle into a community, to learn about their social relationships and thrive when they go on to their next educational setting. So reconciliation at Gowrie involves staff learning and a plan for staff learning. It involves employment of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. It involves working with Aboriginal people who are elders or key people in their sectors. But also we would like children like Nyla to be able to grow up in a community where one culture is not more important than another, but that we work together for our society.
On our first visit with Nyla, we witnessed the children thanking and acknowledging the Kaurna people for sharing this land. To know that Nyla's culturally safe, yeah, that was a touching moment.
The work we do on reconciliation with young children isn't a standalone subject. It's embedded through the curriculum. We cover lots of concepts based around science and technology, a strong focus on literacy and numeracy, but we do it in a holistic way, into ways that they can explore through play.
A couple of months ago we just made clay dice, and understanding that Aboriginal people had games as well. Ghana had a lot of games. It's not like there's different education around using Play-Doh and blocks to using clay and sticks and stones to construct things. It was natural to them, nothing unusual about it.
The way that children learn best is in a natural environment. Kaurna language is a really important part of that. We've got a song we sing at the end of meeting times that encourages children to put their shoes on, and instead of using the word shoes, we say deadly boogeties, and that, you know, makes it fun.
To give children a cultural lens that allows them to see things differently, to understand it, they'll have that for the rest of their lives.
It's happy and satisfying to know that my child in the city is still learning about her culture next to city kids and non-Indigenous kids and even children that have descendants on the other side of the world. I look forward to picking up Nyla and just learning on her adventure on that day. Yeah, it's just the best.
Gowrie's got a very, very strong curriculum and people can learn from that. You don't have to create your own new chapter. You just need to look around and see what is working really well already and has been working for the last 10 years.
One of the big lessons we've learned, I think, is it takes time. Any change, I think, in an organisation is difficult. I mean, change in human beings is difficult. Some people embrace it, some people don't. But it's also a process that's so important for our future generations. And it's the right thing to do.
It's kind of like a dance that we do with another culture. We are going to tread on people's toes in the process, but that doesn't mean the dance has to stop. We're always going to be dancing together and making mistakes, but keep the journey going.
The most important thing to remember is that there's no one way to start. You just start and go from there.
Back in the 80s, late 80s, I used to come Gowrie myself to know this is where it started and to come back memory lane and feel the love and then see all the love and just this is a good place. And I love it, yeah.